This is Alex.
Ah.
And this is Yaman.
And this is your regularly scheduled Prude podcast.
Shut up. Do you want to hear this thing that I wrote down?
Way to fucking totally jumble the intro, you fucking asshole.
Right,
You think people want to hear from
intro.
you? You think
Shut
people
up.
want to automatically listen to what you have to fucking say?
Shut
I haven't
up.
been here for a whole
Shut
fucking
up.
week. The attention is about you, Patrick. You know.
You missed a day.
Should I give
Shut
a
up.
fucking life update?
Stop, you're tearing this family apart.
Yaman, shut up.
family.
Go to your room.
Okay.
Okay,
Anyway,
Patrick.
so there's this thing. I don't remember why I wrote this down. I stuck it to my laptop. I'm not sure why I wrote this down or when I did this down. I just wrote podcast in all caps and then said, a man with a hawk beak glued to his face who can only scream like a hawk. So whatever
You
that
interrupted
was.
the intro for that?
Like
I
bird
did,
person?
yes. I thought it was important. I needed to share it. I don't know what it means. It's very
Was this
cryptic.
some vivid dream you had where you woke up in a cold sweat and you had to like write it down so you wouldn't forget?
I don't remember.
Okay. Well,
Probably.
thank you so much for sharing with the class, Patrick. If you could go back to doing your classwork, that'd be great. Leave me alone, please. Thanks.
That's not what teachers sound like.
That's definitely what teachers sound like when they're
Patrick,
talking to you
you
when they're
dumb
done with you
idiot.
shit.
There you go. That's him. That's my teacher.
Slaps you across the forehead. Not across the forehead, no.
Across the forehead.
That'd be
It would
weird.
be like,
Probably
That's like they're trying to
probably
give you a
on the forehead.
concussion. Like
they're like
really
trying to get the hair out of your face so they can kiss
Jesus.
you.
Like, mwah, my beautiful boy.
You're
My
a
beautiful
genius.
silly bird boy. I was listening to the podcast last week that I was not on out of curiosity, and I gotta say,
Mhm.
I didn't think it was that bad. Patrick hated it. I didn't think it was that
I
bad.
listened to the
I was
first
really
half
stressed.
hour, and some of it was good, some of it was bad. You guys jumped around like way too much though, for like no reason.
Why do you think that
Yeah.
is?
What do we, I mean...
Well, it's also because there was no topics at all. I did not think of anything because nothing had happened, and I was also really, really tired. And I
Yeah.
was just like we should talk about this now. We should talk about this now. And Yaman, you would say like 6 words every 3 minutes, and I knew that was the case because every time I stopped saying something, he would go like, "Yeah," something. And then there was a pause.
There were so many pauses.
I remember
yeah.
I remember when we were talking about how we were going to record, and Patrick was like, I mean, it could just be us two. And I was like, I'm not going to talk a lot. And he'd be like, that's fine. I'm okay with that. And then right after, he started bitching about how I didn't talk enough.
How is it
I was
bitching?
also... You were complaining a little bit. I don't want to call it bitching. I was also eating. I had not eaten, and I was right in between.
Yeah, I had to fucking
wedged
edit
the
all that
recording.
out.
Sorry. I would cover my mouth, cover the mic, and back away, and it still wasn't enough, apparently. I was eating like literally, I had like an hour and a half between classes, and I used that hour and a half to record. So it was either eat during the podcast or wait another like 2 hours to eat.
What a fucking waste of
Can't
space.
do that.
I think I've
Sorry.
eaten, I've
But-
eaten during class before. I know a lot of people that do that, but I guess it
Wait.
depends
Yeah,
on
I
what kind
don't
of
do
class
that.
you're in. If you're in like a live chemistry class, probably not a good idea to eat some food next to some fucking like potassium sulfate or something that could kill you or catch on fire.
It's weird because like even like a second of silence is like deafening silence.
Yeah.
So I had to
Yeah.
I had to say something. So I said Overwatch like 6 different times.
Overwatch.
Not saying the word, just like bringing up some bullshit subject. I was just like, well,
I can
we'll
tell.
heighten Yaman's like need to talk. But
Yeah, I mean, you also have to say something that interests me,
Yeah.
and that's probably the most challenging thing
because
Yeah.
nothing
to do
interests you.
because nothing.
This
I
whole
was thinking
podcast
like
is
if I just
courting
piss him
Yaman.
off, he'll never stop talking. But there was nothing that's like I could think of that would make
That's
me mad.
another way you could go. You could absolutely piss me off.
Suicide Squad was fucking
I
awful. It
love
was the
to
worst
yell.
movie I've
I
ever
love
like
to
all
yell.
time. But
Let's talk about, since you brought up Overwatch, do you want to talk about how Mercy got nerfed
we've
again?
already-
see,
Again?
during that podcast, I brought up.
Did
her
you not
being
see
nerfed.
This
the
has been
group
brought
chat?
up before. I saw the group chat. So when you brought it up again, I was like, didn't this already happen? Hasn't she already been nerfed?
Deja
No,
vu.
this is an update.
An
that-
additional nerf.
This is what the update did. It brought 4K support to the Xbox One X.
Oh, cool.
They nerfed Mercy, and I think they also nerfed Junkrat, which is nice. But
I
they
love
nerfed. She is.
Are you sure
What did
that
they do to
she's-
Junkrat?
They something about his concussion mine thing, like the C4 he throws does less damage.
What
Oh,
the
fuck
fuck?
yeah.
No, I was so
Yes.
good with
I mean,
that.
it's meant to be used as like to blow people away or to blow yourself forward. Or...
I'm glad it doesn't do like the crazy, because basically it was a kill. He would throw it, and no matter where he threw it, he would get a kill. Just like with every single other one of his attacks. He's the dumbest fucking character ever. Same with Tracer and like
Tracer's
6 different
good.
other characters.
I don't know how Tracer hasn't been nerfed. I don't know how
What is
Mercy
there to
Tracer's
nerf
the
about
most
Tracer?
fucking character.
Tracer has the lowest health amongst all the characters. And
Okay.
she's only
It doesn't
good
matter.
'cause
You
she's
can't kill her.
fast.
She
She's
can press the
impossible
bumper and then
to
go back
hit.
to full health.
Yeah, but you can only use that like once.
And I know that like
every 3 seconds. What do you mean only once?
I mean, like the
it's
cooldown is
immediately.
longer than
It's
3
immediately.
seconds.
She for in a battle,
3.5.
it should take like if 5 seconds is like a long time. 3 seconds is also a long time, but like it's so fast. And I know her character's like all about speed and hello love and all that bullshit, but like she's a demon. She's worse than Mei. Like everybody hated on Mei for a really long time and said she was evil, and her character had like just I don't know.
I think they were just mad that she looked all fat.
No,
God.
no. The main thing about Mei is that she'll freeze you. It's like the cheesiest
Yeah.
fucking thing ever. She'll just freeze you and then shoot you in
charge
the
the
head and be like,
icicle in the
I'm
head,
doing good. But yeah,
Yeah, I didn't
Tracer's
fuck with
bad.
That was super fucking.
Junkrat's fucking bad as shit.
But Yaman, are you sure that this isn't the same Mercy nerf that was on PC and they just
It's
brought it
new.
to Xbox? Because I know the consoles get it a little later.
That might have been the thing, but I mean, it's a new update. I don't.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to like double check on all that, but we might be spreading fake news just so everyone knows. But basically, Mercy is not a good character anymore, so fucking play Moira like they fucking want you to.
I know, I am, and I hate that I've given in. I am playing as Moira, but she's not a healer.
She's not.
She's not.
No.
It's just I'll get more eliminations than Patrick, who plays with Soldier and
Exactly.
McCree. That makes no sense to me.
It's like her. I don't know. It's a couple of different things. I know her like regular attack without the orbs is great, but the orbs are fucking amazing because you literally just like, oh, I think McCree just walked in that room. I'm gonna throw this over there, and then while you're killing another guy, you just gotta kill because McCree's fucking around in a room, and you throw a death ball at him, and it's gonna reach out and grab him and strangle him to death. I don't know.
Yeah, a problem with Moira that apparently the community's already, they're annoyed that people are still complaining about this, but I'm going to complain about it because I've just started playing with Moira. Her healing orb is in one, I think it's the right hand, and to launch the healing orb, you use left trigger. The damage is in the left hand, but to use that, you do the right trigger, and it makes no sense. It confuses the shit out of me.
I need to jump back into Overwatch because The Witcher 3 has been taking up too much of my time
Such
still.
a great game.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna jump back into it. I was gonna do that tonight, maybe, but we'll see. But I don't know. I used to play a lot of Mercy. I got so good that I bought all the skins. Like the Valkyrie one
I
is
gave
fucking
in.
dope.
I
Like
bought
those
some
look so
skins.
cool. But what I don't get is a lot of people like Lucio, and I think Lucio's honestly
The
not
most boring character.
like his movement is fun, but the area of effect stuff of increasing people's speed or increasing people's healing is not very effective. And I don't know.
It's not the area. The area is not big enough, and the healing rate
Yeah,
is
it's not
not
fast
high enough
enough.
to make much of a difference
Yeah.
in a battle.
And I don't know. Even like Lucio can really barely stand a chance in a fight. A lot of the time, I'll just like shoot people from afar, or if someone gets close to me, I'll just like blast them away real quick with a secondary attack. But I've seen people do crazy shit on Twitch and like YouTube where they're like wall gliding constantly and just like with pinpoint accuracy, like getting headshots with Lucio's fucking like DJ gun or
Headshots.
whatever. Yeah, it's fucking
I mean,
ridiculous.
If you wanna do that, play Zenyatta. I mean, I don't get why they're making more characters like Zenyatta and Moira, and not making more Mercy. There's no other
There's
character
one
that's
Mercy.
solely healer. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, oh, she got the pistol. Nobody runs around with Mercy's pistol. Like, that's like,
Some
oh,
of
I'm going to
them do
switch to it
now.
in this one moment. But, like,
In the clutch, some people pull out like some people become Battle Mercy, which is my favorite fucking meme ever because
yeah,
it's
I
just
mean-
like I don't know.
yeah, I mean, I've killed
more damage
Reapers
now.
with the pistol.
I've
It's
literally
fun.
almost never
Barely.
used
You
the
keep
pistol
saying
except to like
Barely.
annoy people with peanuts from like far away. Like I literally felt I'd be Mercy from across the map, and I'd be throwing like my peanuts at a fucking Reinhardt or something, just to like piss him off or like distract him. But other than that, I feel that
Reinhardt is the easiest character in the fucking world to kill. I love killing Reinhardt so much.
Yeah, Reinhardt's also kind of a boring character to play in my
No,
opinion.
he's so cool though.
Boring, but really important. I think Reinhardt is actually
push,
since Orisa showed up.
I fucking love
you
Orisa.
You can replace.
Oh shit!
She's
Yeah,
a lot more
Orisa.
fun. You can totally replace Reinhardt with Orisa.
Reinhardt's a way more defensively focused Orisa, where if you just want a fucking giant wall, Reinhardt's your guy. But Orisa can like put up a lot of walls really fast, and
as
also
soon as
shoot a
it's
lot.
Broken, she's got another wall.
Yeah, exactly. Which is what I love.
And like the little I'm gonna grab you and pull you in thing is actually in the lore. It's based on the technology that Zarya uses for her graviton surge, which is like that super suck in thing.
Ult.
Yeah, her ult. So it's like a little mini
Except
version of
Orisa
that.
has it every 10 seconds.
Every 10 seconds. And so like it'll be, I don't know, whatever. What's the Symmetra will put on all those turrets in like an arch.
Yeah.
And then she'll be blocking one area with Orisa. And then she'll suck in like, I don't know, Torbjorn, whoever's attacking. And then all of them will get hit by the turrets and they'll all die. And then they'll put another shield back up. It's like the most effective defense ever.
I'm trying to think. Symmetra's not a healer, right?
No, she's a support technically.
Okay, because
She got a teleporter and shield.
yeah, for a while I was confused because I thought Symmetra was a healer, but I'm like, she literally does not heal anyone. She doesn't have any healing abilities.
She's a tumor.
I, for the longest time, did not know that Anna, I didn't
Oh,
know
the sniper.
The sniper. I didn't know shooting your teammates healed them, and I thought she was the most. Like, why would you pick her when there's a Widowmaker?
Yeah.
I didn't realize why she was a support character.
I mean, honestly, Anna still feels like weirdly ineffective. It's weird because
She's
every
very,
character I
very
say
ineffective.
sucks or is ineffective, I can see people do incredible things with. Like, when I use Anna, I feel like I'm shooting, again, like peanuts with that stupid fucking sniper rifle. But I've seen people do crazy stuff with like the sleep dart, and then they'll just like land a few headshots and then shoot their teammates on the way or something, or like use the back to tank or whatever her thing is. So I don't know. I've seen people do a lot more with a lot less. I'm trying to think genuinely who the most useless character it is.
Widowmaker.
No, Widowmaker's a good beginner character. That's what I used when I first started
I don't think so.
playing.
Widowmaker's better than Anna. I think Anna's useless.
I'm talking about like
That's a really good point.
the number of matches that I've gotten into where there's just been a Widowmaker and every other slot is filled, but for some reason we have this flimsy, shitty Widowmaker who does nothing and just hides in the rafters while we're trying to get the objective.
That's the thing. It feels like when the Widowmaker's on our team,
It's
it's
garbage.
like we're missing a player.
Yeah.
But when the Widowmaker's on their team,
Yeah.
you can't go 10 seconds without
Without
getting
getting
a headshot.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking
Like-
annoying. I don't know.
I genuinely think that Widow's skills are a lot more boring and limited because you only really have a grappling hook, that stupid, useless mine.
Her ult
that
is actually
does
super
anything.
useful.
I mean, her ult is really helpful, but it's not like a good offensive thing.
I love it. Though.
But I would say, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that her sniper is the best snipe in the whole game because it's a lot more easier to use and a lot more powerful than Hanzo's. Anna, we've already established, is pretty useless.
Take Hanzo over fucking.
Hanzo's pretty fucking crazy. Though.
Hanzo can be really good if you were really good with Hanzo, but that's the thing. Being really good with Hanzo is hard.
I used to be really good with Hanzo, and I stopped playing with him because I prefer to play support characters because I'm weird. Because like, I just enjoy knowing that even though I didn't get play of the game or I didn't get 50 kills, I helped the team win.
It's
No, I
most
feel
of
the
the
same
time.
way, yeah.
Like even when you're playing Moira, I think what did you say? You were like we were in a match. We started at it was off a win, so you were only talking about positive things. But you said like it's just like I like the attacking version of this character, but also I like that sometimes I can throw out a healing orb. Like it's not always healing. It's just like here's something in the heat of battle I can help with, but it's like not much. I don't know. There needs to be a really big titan of a healer, which there's not.
That was
anymore.
Mercy. It was Mercy.
That was necessary. It's just like mercies are the staple of a good team.
Yeah. People that just dole out, like, not any damage, basically, but who can dole out just, like, a ton of healing really quickly. Which might be, like...
Kind of healing or other kinds of support, like shields or speed
Orisa.
or
Yeah.
just things like that.
Lucio's speed really, for me, is only good when you're first getting the objective, and that's literally just because I want to get there quicker.
Yeah.
But other than that,
even though there's like a
healing
timer,
needs
there's
to be
like a
healing.
countdown, so you can't.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not even really useful. It's just like I want to get there faster.
Yeah,
and this is
but
kinda fun
also
to go faster.
there's other characters that do that like way better. Like when I'm playing as Winston, nothing makes me happier than just fucking like gorilla jumping all the way to the objective.
Winston is like useless. I've been killing Winston so easily recently.
I've been really good with Winston. Like that.
He doesn't do enough damage.
Yeah, I really think they need to up his damage a little bit. But it's pretty. The shield is really useful, and if you can draw a lot of people in close to you, you can like kill a lot of people really quickly. And you also got to get used to like using melees and like the jump a lot. It's weird. There's like a kind of a strange dynamic to that. But I would really like to see them up his Tesla gun or whatever, because it feels weird.
I
sometimes.
want that to do more damage because it's one of those weapons that you literally just hold down the trigger for.
That could be a trade-off. It could be you have to be more accurate. So Moira has a similar type of attack where you don't have to aim directly at them. It's kind of like it'll auto aim, but it's not as strong as Winston's. It's strong not as in damage, but I mean you pretty much you really do have to be aiming directly at them, even though it'll latch onto them. With Winston, if you're aiming in kind of like the area, if they're close enough, it'll hit them.
Well, if you the thing about Winston is that I'm pretty sure the more accurate you are, the more damage you'll be doing, because you can be kind of spraying off to the side and still be hitting someone technically, but if your crosshair is like directly over someone, you'll be doing more damage directly. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. On the total opposite,
we should move off of this topic.
Why?
Okay, I just love Overwatch.
15 minutes
sorry.
in for I love it as well, but I'm sure the 95% of the audience that don't like it are like,
we've had people
shut up already.
say
You get
like,
a piece of mail that says, "Why do you stop talking about Overwatch? We love that so much. Only people who are idiots don't play Overwatch."
we've had people say
15
like
minutes not enough? Jeez.
that they
Shut up,
love
Evan.
just hearing us talk, even though they don't know what we're talking about sometimes, which I really
People said that,
appreciate.
yeah.
That's some like commitment. But for their sake, yeah, we can jump off. What I actually want to talk about is, did you guys see that poster? And then there was like a small teaser trailer for the new Purge movie.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, Patrick,
Yes.
go look this
I
up
didn't
right
see the
now because I
teaser.
feel
I
like
saw
this is right up your alley.
I saw the poster.
But it's a prequel to the Purge called The First Purge, and it sounds really bad. But Patrick, look up the poster right now and tell
I
me.
know, right? I never.
And
liked
it'll
the Purge
immediately
movies.
change.
I've never seen them, I should say.
I've seen Election Year. Yeah, I only saw Election Year, and I actually really
Election
liked
Year
it.
has that really good actor who was in Wheelman and Captain America.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he plays Skullbones, Crossbones.
Oh
whatever the
my god.
Yeah. Did you see it?
This is gonna be one of those movies that people see that's just like, oh, it's so on the nose and oh, it's cheeky as fuck, but then it's actually a shitty movie.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
For
all.
people who are wondering,
that's
it's
all
it's a play on the Donald Trump "Make America Great Again" red hat, except it says "The First Purge."
Yeah, and the 30-second trailer is kind of like a fake political commercial where it's like American values, blah blah blah, and then it ends on, "You'll look down on your son and you'll be so proud the day he says, 'Dad, I want to purge too.'" And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Was it with a Southern accent?
Yeah. It was a real.
Oh, I love that.
Like
so
they're really
much.
like playing into it. It was pretty funny. I like that the Purge movies have become more self-aware because the whole concept's pretty fucking ridiculous.
It's like becoming Sharknado.
Yeah, exactly. Well, not even like that bad. Not that bad.
No. Like maybe I don't even know what the ethos of those movies were, but I feel like it started out as like, this is the most ridiculous thing we could ever come up with, but then the next few were like really, really like, we get the joke thing.
Yeah, they were
I
in
hope
on the
that's
joke, so
where
it wasn't
we're going
like
with
good.
the Purge because I could get to enjoy those.
It's not always that you can do that. Well, I guess I was going to bring up 21 Jump Street, right?
Love
Because
that movie.
22 Jump
It's
Street.
meta as shit.
I
It
love
is.
it.
They bring up a lot
both
of
of them.
references, but it's not like corny
It's
or
good. It's
annoying.
really
It's
good.
so well done.
And most of the time it's
Like
because
the references.
they like laugh like during.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
Yeah, 22 Jump Street is the best example of like meta humor. I think that's what that's called. Where they'll just be like, "How do you guys like my new office?" It's like, "Wow, it looks like a giant cube of ice."
Fucking
And I'm like,
great.
"Get the fuck out of here!"
Stupid. I love it.
And
though.
then they like,
21 Jump Street has to be one of my favorite comedies.
yeah,
If not my favorite.
21 and 22 are really good. I think I like 22 a little bit more just because I like meta humor. Because like I like to feel like I'm in on the joke, which is like kind of a stupid reason to like something, but it's funny. But anyways, yeah, this new Purge movie, I am pretty excited for it now. I'd like to see more. I don't even know who's in the movie, like who's acting in it, who's directing it.
They don't even know it yet.
It comes out.
They're just like,
it comes out in
"Let's jump
July.
on this now."
It comes out in July. Like they have to
Wow.
know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
July
Well,
4th?
geez, never
Yeah,
mind.
July 4th. So they have to
What?
have this shit down. Yeah. So I have no idea.
Oh my God.
I don't know. They're probably going to get like a Donald Trump stand-in kind of person. I doubt that they're going to be like, this is an alternate universe and Donald Trump starts the Purge or something crazy. But I'm looking at the cast right now, and there's like barely anyone on here, and there's no one that I recognize. So I'm pretty sure
That's not a guarantee of a shitty movie.
No, not at all. I just think they're actually just keeping this stuff under wraps.
I'm not going to defend this movie. I'm just saying.
This is going to become our new Suicide Squad wasn't that bad movie. We're going to say, the first Purge, when taken into context,
I love
was
the
pretty
idea
good.
of it, though. I love it so much because this is like every conversation I had when I was in high school was just like hypotheticals and stuff. And this kind of shit is like right up my alley. But they did it so dumb. Did you see the original Purge?
I've seen the third one only, which is a weird place to start, but the third one was actually pretty good. It was also political. It was the Purge election year. It was weird.
Wasn't the Purge election
year? They're cashing in twice.
Wasn't that about like a guy who wanted revenge, and then at the end of the night he decided he didn't want revenge anymore?
That was the second one, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But the third one has the same guy, and he ends up having to protect this blonde politician who's like kind of Hillary Clinton. Who's kind of, she basically wants to stop the Purge, and like the white patriarchy that upholds the Purge is trying to kill her during the Purge, which is like totally fucking wacky and insane and doesn't make any sense if you like really start to dig into the logistics of their government.
Assassinating somebody?
Yeah. It's fucking weird. But yeah, she ends up winning the election and ending the Purge, and the movie kind of hints that some people don't like that, and then some people end up like killing other people. So I don't know. It's weird. But now they're going back in time instead of making a sequel to that.
I was like, I don't know. I love that idea so much because
it's a really great idea.
It's so like, I don't know, future, like quelling the population, almost like a Kira level, like military police type stuff. Like I love that like dystopian stuff, and I don't know, why can't people just make stuff that's good? It's not that hard.
Is it a similar appeal to the Hunger Games?
What?
Is it a similar appeal to the Hunger Games?
Probably, yeah.
I mean, the Hunger Games is like a lot more serious but fantastical.
It's super like far-flung dystopian.
It's like sci-fi stuff. Like I don't even think. Okay. Do they ever reference like the United States of America or anything like that in the Hunger Games? I don't remember.
Would you like to know? I read all the books.
Please tell me all about it. You're my encyclopedia.
So the different districts are carved up pieces of like the continents of Pan Am, which I think is a supercontinent that was created after like.
That's not a thing. No, that's a place, isn't it?
Pan Am.
Isn't that's where.
You're thinking Pangea, which is the actual.
That's exactly.
I'm not thinking Pangea.
What are you talking about?
Never mind.
Oh, Pan Am Airlines. That's a thing.
And there's also what's it called? Just Cause 2 or 3. I don't know which one is set in
Panama. You idiot.
Oh my God.
It's Panama, not Pan Am.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's not. Pan Am is not a place. Panama is a place, and Panama is in the Just Cause.
Okay, I'm not arguing
games.
that. You're right, Patrick. Go on.
Anyway, Pan Am is like a supercontinent or some kind of continent, and and they reference like old world stuff, and it's like one of the old world things is one of the candidates in the Hunger Games is like another person is drowning and another person gives him CPR, and then like Katniss is like, what are you doing? You're gonna kill her. You're pressing on her chest. And then the other lady's just like, no, it's an old world technique, and they have like subtle hints that like there was like our world before this, and this is sort of like the result of a bunch of wars and stuff. But yeah, that's said in there. There was way too much explanation for what the question you asked.
That's kind of funny to think about that. You know, the Hunger Games is like a pretty futuristic world still. Like they still have technology in a civilized society,
tons.
But they haven't. They've developed like maglev trains, but they haven't developed like regular CPR. So like Katniss doesn't recognize it, and they're like, "Don't worry, this is some old mystical technique." Where I'm like,
it was.
You never like thought about that like before any of this.
Well, I always thought of it as like they have machines that do this for them. So why would they have some like when you give someone CPR, you're gonna break their ribs and usually separate their sternum. Like it's like a lot of pressure just to get their stuff out. They have to go to the hospital after you give them CPR, even if they wake up. So I assume that they like this is all in my head canon, but like they have machines for this that'll like pump the water out of your lungs, so like they wouldn't resort to doing something with your hands when you could just revive somebody with machines. I don't know.
Okay, I mean that makes sense, I guess.
It was Panau.
Panau?
Inspired by Malaysia and Indonesia, the setting for Just Cause 2. That's what I thought you were talking about.
Oh, okay.
Just to clarify,
Okay.
I'm not crazy.
It's okay, Yaman. We won't hold it against you.
See how no one's attacking you for that simple misunderstanding?
Why are you yelling at me? No.
I was gonna jump on Yaman, then I was like, nah, I like Yaman too much. This is not a Patrick
You were gonna
situation.
jump on Yaman, and then we're just gonna like, no, let's save all this hate for Patrick. This is just
legitimately, Patrick. If you said that the Hunger Games took place in Panama or some other stupid mistake like that, I would jump down your throat so fast, probably. I was about to jump down Yaman's throat for doing that.
I know Panama's a place, and that's not what I was saying.
Yeah.
All right, I thought Panau was an actual place in somewhere. I don't know.
I've been watching a lot of what if videos by this channel called Real Life Lore, and he's this really smart guy. This would be smart, or maybe just does a lot of research for the videos, but one of the ones that I just recently watched was what if we drain the Mediterranean, and I was just like, that sounds really stupid. And then he said, it's just like, if we drain the Mediterranean seas, it's like we would have all this new land, but it would all be a desert, and then the desert would spread and kill half of the population of the world. It's just like, why would you want this as a what if? I don't understand. It's like, what if we killed half of the world? What if that happened?
You watched it, didn't you?
I did watch it. I kind of enjoyed it because he does like a bunch of statistics about like, it's like this would become the new capital of this because the other capital would be shoved in. And anyway, yeah, that's a really good channel, by the way. Like he went into how big is the universe, and he started at the Earth, and then the next closest planet is Mars, and then blah 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 blah, and then it goes out and out and out. It's kind of cool.
I think I know what channel you're talking about. I've watched.
His voice is not great. He's like the nasaliest voice ever for narration.
I get random video suggestions sometimes on YouTube, and they ended up being like actually incredibly interesting, and I get hooked on like one particular creator. Like another example besides that guy is this channel called City Beautiful, which is all about like, how does the subway work, and why can't we just like build more shit, or like how do they dig subway tunnels? And it's fascinating. Like apparently they dig subway tunnels or like underground highways with these literally giant like drill things that look like worms.
They're awesome.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. So I love just like weird, interesting shit like that. That's also how I found out about Video Game Donkey for some reason. I was super late to the game. I was super late to Video Game Donkey and just found out about him in the last few months and have like watched almost all of his videos like since. They're so fucking good. Some of them like are fine, but like especially a lot of the newer ones, they're all like just on point all the time. Like just fucking kills me. Like his Resident Evil 7 one is probably one of the funniest videos I've ever watched.
I saw that he was on the H3 podcast.
Yeah.
And
he looks funny.
He looks funny. Jesus. But they like, I don't know. He's just he's like soft spoken, and he doesn't say much unless prompted. And like, I don't know, the personality that he has in his videos is probably when he's more comfortable and he's just like doing all this VO for it. And I don't know, that person, he's probably much more reserved and like thing in life.
I think he's absolutely playing a character. I don't think he's like.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying like. Yeah. It's interesting because he's now thrust into like I don't know, that podcast probably got like 7 million views or something like that. Yeah. And he's twiddling his thumb sitting there with his wife or girlfriend Leia B.
Yeah, he does have a girlfriend. That's so interesting. Good for him.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not being that brutal. No,
yes, you are. Good for him.
Good. Yeah, I'm saying good.
He isn't a frog. He's a person.
Good for him for having a happy, fulfilling relationship.
That's not what you meant. That's not at all what you meant, you son of a bitch.
That's all.
He's Video Game Donkey. He can get whoever he wants in his life.
He looks like a cool dude, and I'm happy
you almost
he's
said
happy.
Gremlin. You almost said hideous monster.
I definitely probably called him a bunch of other worse things too, but who's going to fucking hold that against me?
What is the recent thing that happened with Donald Trump?
The State of the Union was last night. I was live tweeting it.
Did he say something really profoundly stupid?
No, it was actually kind of boring. I mean, he said some like shit that was like misleading and like whatever.
He said we're gonna clean the coal or something like that. Something
about some same coal. Shit about there's a war on coal, yada yada. There's not really.
Yes, sir.
It's long and like
he called He called one of, I don't know who he was, an advisor or something. He called him the wrong name. He was like DJ or CJ. His name is actually CJ. He was like DJ or CJ. He tells me I can call him either one, but I'm gonna stick to CJ.
Did anybody laugh?
No, and he clapped. Something I saw everywhere. He clapped for himself every time he paused.
Yeah, it was weird.
Every single time.
There was just so much pause.
Seeing some of the people reporting on that was just creepy.
There was so much pause clapping throughout that whole thing where I'm pretty sure if you took all of that out, you could probably cut that speech down to half an hour. And there was a bunch of different parts where he acknowledged different American heroes and like people that have done like extraordinary things, and I'm like, that's really cool. And part of me feels that that's kind of exploitive, but I can't be mad because everyone kind of does that. Like it's like kind of a tradition at this point to invite, oh, this firefighter saved 60 children, or this person fucking took their own heart out of their chest and put it into another person to keep them alive, kind of stuff. But at the same time, it can be used in such a gross, vile way. Like, the thing that happened last night was he invited the family of these two girls who had been killed by MS-13 gang members as a way to prop up his immigration stuff and be like, legal immigrants are committing crime and we need to get rid of them and stuff. And I'm like, that's kind of like fucked up to like paint all illegal immigrants as, I saw someone, murderers and like gang members.
I saw someone tweet about how he's given MS-13 more, what's the word, like promotion.
Publicity.
Yeah, MS-13 was barely like existed and like
right?
anymore until like Donald Trump started bringing it up again. I remember it being a thing when I was like in elementary to middle school, where it was like, yo, have you heard of like MS-13? They like roam Springfield Mall and like they run that shit. Like that was the rumor back then, because Springfield Mall was such a fucking shithole. But then after that, really, like no one ever talked about it. It wasn't an issue necessarily. And then out of nowhere,
mean it doesn't exist. I'm not supporting Donald Trump. I'm just saying that people talking about it does not equate to them existing.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm just saying, I definitely doubt that it was as much of an issue as he was making it out to be. But my main primary issue, the reason I even bring this up, is that kind of paints and insinuates that all illegal immigrants are criminals and murderers, when in fact illegal immigrants commit less crime across the board than regular U.S. citizens. So that's all I have to say.
Surely it's because they have more to lose. They just want to be here and live their lives, usually.
Precisely. That's exactly it.
And you see all these fucking conservative Twitters ending up on my... I don't know how I end up seeing these. I really wish I didn't have to see any of these things. They're always on, like, I don't know, the Twitter moment of the day. It's usually about puppies, but then there's somehow sliding in this as like, and this is what a conservative have to say. It's just like, I was like, oh, puppies are nice, but I'm really happy that this ICE like person broke into this grandmother's house and took her out of her wheelchair and ripped her into a van and tracked her off to Mexico. I'm really glad that happened. I like puppies though. It's just like,
yeah, dude. There's all
people
this
are fucking idiots.
Crazy stuff happening with ICE where they're checking people's IDs on like Greyhound buses and stuff, and like arresting people if you don't have like proper identification, which is fucking ridiculous. Like, are we living in like occupied fucking France where you have to show papers to like some officer if they don't like trust you or think you're suspicious? Like, that's fucking
Papers,
dumb.
Please. Papers,
yeah,
please. Literally,
it's fucking dumb. Papers, Please is a really good video game, by the way. But
I like 8-bit video games. I also like the soundtrack for the game, as monotonous as it is.
It's just, you guys play Punch Club?
No.
Punch Club.
Yeah, it's an 8-bit game where you're like a little boxer dude, and you like train. You have like a time for each day, or like energy. I don't know. You gotta choose to spend it. Do you go to work? Do you train? Do you go to tournaments? Do you do little fights?
I don't know, Yaman. Can I beat up illegal immigrants? Can I beat up the MS-13 gang in that video game?
Yeah, you can beat them up because they're pretty much.
It's not worth my time if I can't save America and beat up people that I don't like, Yaman. That's all I have to say. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to protect America. It's not racist at all, I promise.
Have you guys... I'm going to bring up the thing that I said I was going to talk about in the group chat, but when someone says something like makes a joke, something satirically, it's a joke, basically, and then someone gets offended and replies in an angry way, and then someone replies to them, or the original person joking.
Stretch I've ever seen.
Jesus Christ. But anyway, someone says, in response, is like, it was a joke. And then in response to that, somebody says, it's like, well, I didn't notice because it wasn't funny. And it makes me want to twist.
That was so good. That was great. I love him.
That so much.
It's the most clever thing. Oh my gosh.
Because they think they're like, I don't know, geniuses or something like that. It's just like the simplest reversal of those words. And it's the most common
what am I?
Fucking thing to say in response to that. It's like, I see someone, if I'm the mad person and I'm saying, it's like, oh, I'm offended by this. And then somebody says, like, it was a joke. It's like, my first instinct is to type, well, it wasn't funny. But I'm not going to do that because then I look like a fucking 4-year-old. It's like, that's something a child would say.
It's like when a teacher or professor goes, they say something obvious. Like, they're like, you can't divide by 0, right? And it's mostly a rhetorical question, but there's that one kid that's like, well, if you take it and then it's like, shut the hell up. Like, sure, some of us thought that, but nobody was like, this is going to be funny. I'm going to say it out loud.
I don't think anybody would think that if somebody said divide by 0. Can you actually divide by 0?
But another
no, the whole point of division is that you can't divide by 0.
Oh my God. Oh, you guys are doing the thing that I literally just made an example. You guys, did you catch that? Did you guys catch the example would be like, cars can't fly to the moon, and someone would be like, well, my car is going to be... Shut up. Shut up, Billy. Shut your mouth.
It's also that happens a lot when you're talking about jokes, too, because there's always... You make a tweet or whatever, and it'll be funny, and there's just one little aspect that somebody will pick out and says, like, actually, this something about this, and then just make a whole little thing of their own and reply to that. It's just like, why don't you just shut the fuck up, please? I just never say anything.
That's such a vague example. I'm going to need you to, like... expand
I can't
on
get more specific than that. Like, I don't know.
Like if someone says, I don't know, I like mashed potatoes, but not with peas, comma, and sometimes sweet potatoes too. And then someone quote tweets that and is like, actually peas are superior to both, so please shut the fuck up.
It's not even always like an intelligent thing. It's just like, I hate people who reply to things. Don't ever reply to anything ever again for everybody, honestly. I do that all the time, but only I should be allowed to do that because I'm smart and funny.
Patrick, have you ever thought about doing stand-up comedy?
I'm okay with giving people jokes and then having them go out and do it. Shut up, Yama. That's not funny at all.
Did you get it? You laughed. You get it. I stood up for the people listening. I stood up and they saw it in the webcam.
Was that a joke, Yama?
Stand-up comedy.
Because it wasn't fucking funny.
You got him.
I really don't think that's like the most offensive thing in the world. Not offensive, but like the most annoying thing in the world.
It is. Do you know why? Because it's fucking stupid, and it's an easy little stupid fucking thing to say. It's so
it's like an easy way to like shut someone down.
But it's not a shutdown. It's you're a 5-year-old. You don't shut them down you're at all. Fucking 5-year-old.
You look like an idiot. It's literally like someone like really like roasts you, and you're like, I know you are, but what am I?
It's that simple.
I love
it's
that.
So
dumb.
dumb.
Serious way, thinking that it's actually.
Think of something that's like half of a step. Think of something maybe 5 steps. Just give it like a little ounce of thought, please, before you respond with something like that. It's so
I don't know.
Stupid.
I mean, there's some people.
Worse.
Yeah, sorry, Yaman, you go.
It's even worse when it's like online. It's if you're like face to face talking to somebody. There's not like that time to think. Somebody sat there, typed it up, thought it was a good idea as they typed it up, looked at it, thought it was a good idea before they tweeted it, and then thought it was a good idea afterward. Like, you know what I mean? They had time to realize how stupid it sounded.
It's also it's just infuriating because it's so obviously common. It's every single time someone says that, it's that reply. It's like, I don't know how you think that this is funny now. Like, it's the same people who say, like, I relate to this on a blank level, or any of these, like, basically copy pastes that get, like, sent forever. I don't, like, people say the same phrases over and over and over again. I don't, like, it's not funny anymore. Please, for the love of God, shut the fuck up. It's, like, the same 6 things have been said over the internet for millions of years now.
See, but sometimes there are some people that I don't want to give that much thought to. Like, if I see, I don't know, some like really dumb conservative blogger or pundit on Twitter say something awful, I'm going to give them like that least amount of effort, where I wouldn't mind saying like, this is not a funny joke or something like simple like that.
But
where
it doesn't make you look smart, or it
you
doesn't.
You might as well not say anything.
It betrays that either you have no sense of humor or you're an idiot. Like, this is obviously a joke and it's kind of funny, And I'm not talking about like every single time some nobody says something like, oh, all gay people are terrible, and then they say it's a joke, and then you say it's just like, well, it wasn't funny. That makes perfect sense. Absolutely, it wasn't funny.
That's
not
what
all
I'm
gay
talking
people
about.
are terrible. Why would you say that? But if it's like some Ryan Reynolds or whatever, and he makes a joke at the expense of like killing a baby or something like that, and then he said he would never say in response to you because he doesn't care about you because you're nobody, but like, Yum has to get the door.
Hi, sorry, I just wanted to give you a heads up that we close in 7. Sorry.
Is there a quiz going on? What's happening? Yaman, is there a quiz? What's happening?
Huh? No, she was just like, you gotta leave soon, dumbass.
Oh, okay.
She said those words exactly.
She said exactly. She opened the door and that's exactly what she said.
What's
Okay.
a timestamp so we can erase what she said?
I'm not going to erase it. It's part of the narrative.
Why? It
This is
doesn't
good.
matter.
Who
She was
cares?
like,
Yeah, it's not a
we
big
close
deal.
at 7.
But anyway, yeah, and like something Ryan Reynolds tweeted that's something that's obviously funny, and then you say, "Well, it wasn't funny." It's just like, not only are you saying that it wasn't funny to you, so you have no sense of humor, but if it's not that, if you can't recognize that it's a joke, this is only making you look stupid. This isn't funny on his like expense. It's totally making you look stupid. That's why I hate it.
Okay,
Also
I
because
can
people say
agree
it
with
too
that.
often.
But I think large part of that, and we talked about this a little bit in the group chat, is whether or not that offensive joke actually like is funny. Because there are some offensive jokes that can straight up be poorly constructed, poorly thought out, that kind of just will make you look awful. I think this happened with either Cat Williams or the guy who played Kramer.
Kramer did not make a joke, though. He just
That wasn't a
literally
joke.
called
No.
someone the
Let
N-word
me-
like 600 times.
Oh, shit, really?
Let me tell you a good example of this, okay?
Okay.
Louis C.K., scumbag, okay?
Yeah.
Funny dude.
He's very funny.
The like joke, air quotes, joke, where he was talking about pedophiles.
Yeah.
He was like, did you know, and he gave a statistic, this many people are pedophiles? With that kind of number, something's got to be good, right? Or something's got to be good about it.
With
right?
the
And no one
punishment
laughed
you get,
'cause
it must be amazing or something like
Because
that.
it wasn't funny. But if someone is funny enough, they can say anything. They can say whatever they... Louis C.K. has a whole thing called offensive words. He says the N-word. He says faggot. He says... What else did he say?
He does
says
a really
cunt
good. He
lot.
does a good skit with that word.
Oh man, it was hilarious. I've
Yeah.
never
Cunt
heard
as well?
like. Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's unfortunate that a lot of his jokes involve masturbation, and now in retrospect, those are all very creepy, and you can obviously tell
That is
come from
unfortunate.
a deep-rooted place of like whatever the fuck is his deal.
At least he's not a pedophile.
Yeah,
As long as we.
unlike that guy from
as we know.
Glee who like killed
As
himself.
far
or
as we
whatever.
know. God damn.
As far as we know.
Just the idea that makes it even worse. But you know Conan, the host?
Yes.
Is he a pedophile?
Not to my knowledge, but like his
Allegedly.
a lot
As far
of
as
Let's
we
start
know.
that rumor. You heard it here first from Prude Dudes. Conan O'Brien is an alleged pedophile.
I really like that guy, and I think he's really, really witty and funny. So don't ever say that again.
He's also
But,
super fucking tall. Surprisingly.
He's so tall.
We can't get in trouble if we say allegedly, right?
Yeah, we can't.
Pretty sure that's how everything
That's
works.
awesome.
Yeah.
If you murder someone
Awesome.
and say allegedly afterwards, you're good.
Yeah.
But
Wait, what? If
Your
you
Honor,
murdered
I,
them?
Yeah,
Your Honor,
I know.
I only allegedly murdered that person.
Oh, okay.
no, I meant like you say it after you kill someone and then leave the room, and then you're clear. They can't get you. But Conan has this like he'll make jokes about anything, but like his like shtick sometimes is if it's a female guest, he'll like do like these creepy like around, and it's just like, or I'd like to get in your pants or whatever like creepy thing he says. And I haven't like watched any of his clips recently, but I wonder if he stopped doing that. I wonder if he stopped doing that in like response to the recent
Or
tumbling.
he could start doing it to the guys too.
I'm not sure it would make it better. I'm not sure that would make it better at all.
I don't know. That's interesting. I mean, how long ago did he do that? Like,
He's been doing that since very recently, since the last video I watched, which was, I don't know,
shit.
months ago.
I can see that kind of being like an innocent joke right now.
No, it's totally an innocent joke, but like,
But if
I
something
wonder
were
if
to
he
come out
stopped
about
doing
him,
it is the thing.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he became more conscious about that and stopped doing that. But But if something came out about him, I could immediately see people like posting on Twitter saying like, the signs were all there. He was making like fucking tiger sounds to like female guests and stuff. And I was like, wow, thank you, detective. Really appreciate your input there.
I don't know.
But I don't know. Just like, don't. We already had an episode about this. Never meet your heroes. Don't hold anyone to a higher standard.
Never meet anyone, I think the idea was.
Yeah, stay in your room. Look at memes. Don't do anything.
Philosophy I live by.
Exactly. What else were you talking about? You know what I found interesting? This is...
I don't care.
Going back to... This has
right,
to do with what you talked about, you piece of shit. People prefer hour-long podcasts, apparently, according to Twitter. That was like a 60-40 ratio for hour-long podcasts.
It was close on all three.
It was
in
close
all three
for a while,
ways.
and I don't think that the difference is... If this difference was like 75-25, then I'd be like, yeah, we should go that way then. But if it's like that close, then we'd be cutting off like half the people. So I think we should split the difference, like hour 15.
I mean, we'll just do
the hour 15 we've been doing.
I'm gonna leave here in a few minutes. You guys should definitely keep recording though, because it's not gonna be long enough.
Yeah,
fucking piece of shit.
You
Why
piece
don't
of
you do
garbage. But yeah, we'll definitely stick to like the hour 15 stuff we've been usually doing. I feel like that's the most comfortable thing for us to do, unless we get into like some heated discussion about something
exactly.
stupid,
Unless it's like we're like really fired up and just end up stretching it out.
Yeah.
That sounds
we
really
also
hot.
something we didn't talk about that I thought we were going to talk about before recording this was when this podcast was going to drop.
Oh, true.
Right?
We still have to figure that out.
Thursday is ugly, but Friday is 2 days apart.
Yeah, but last time we would record on Thursday and it would go out on Saturday.
We do that like every once in a while.
Yeah, but still.
We did that one. Well, the Thursday thing we did one time.
What can happen in 2 days?
A lot. Everything.
ends.
The world
Well,
could
it's really
end.
like more like one day because we're going through one day and
It'd be the
and
morning.
in the morning. Yeah, that's when it goes up.
Yeah. Oh, I guess that's fair. Okay, so we'll
not
do
bad.
this Friday then.
Friday
This
it
is also
is.
going to be a problem for me on a weekly basis because this place Oh wait, no, I'm not going to be in the sound space every week, so it doesn't matter. Never mind.
Exactly.
Never mind.
Yeah.
And
so
the only reason you are in the sound space is because you forgot your microphone like a fucking
Dude, my
child.
heart, you don't understand. Like, I wanted to, like, cry when I pull up into the parking lot in the car, and I was like, I realized that I forgot the mic. I was, like, scared to tell you guys that I forgot the mic.
Okay,
I was, like,
you
scared
said
to text
that,
you
and
guys.
I was like, you're not scared that we'd be mad. You're just scared that we'd be sad and disappointed.
No, sad and disappointed.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it was like a shame.
I was
that
like,
I
was
forgot the mic.
worried that you like thought we were
We
monsters.
never record on a Wednesday. I was like,
I would have
I was sitting there in my
flown
car.
down to Virginia just to kick your butt.
I was sitting there in the car like, man, who would never record on Wednesday? Man, how am I supposed to remember we record on
So
Wednesday?
you were
Bring the
prepping
mic
your
on a Wednesday?
argument for what if we had been mad at you.
I was like sitting there in the car like, man, this is my fault, man.
This is
We
my
don't record
point.
on
Well, you
Wednesdays,
see-
man, I don't know.
How was I supposed to know?
Yeah, I just didn't want to miss the podcast.
No, that's all right. I'm glad that we managed to like corral everyone
Yeah.
together finally. It always feels
I
weird when
lucked
we have
out.
to do one episode without one person. Like I felt like
Mm-hmm.
bad enough missing last week just because my work schedule fucking didn't work out and stuff. I guess I should like clarify like what my job is because like you briefly mentioned it, Patrick, at the beginning of the last episode, and I guess if people that
I mentioned
follow
it
me
to
on Twitter
Yaman.
enough. So yeah, this semester is pretty crazy for me just because classes are starting up, and same for Yaman, I'm assuming, because he works hard too.
It's a similar situation.
Yeah, and Yaman also works. But this semester I'm working. I actually have 2 jobs. One of them's fucking stupid, and I don't give a shit about. I just do it to make money. So I'm not gonna bother. The other one is like an internship that's about 20 hours a week. I work for an NPR show called On Point. It's really cool. It's like all about news analysis and stuff. It's like right up my alley. It's technically, I don't technically work for NPR because NPR's headquarters is in DC. I work for an NPR affiliate in Boston called WBUR, and they're like really big and really cool. It's just a lot of fun. They do other podcasts. They do the Reddit podcast, in case anyone's familiar with that, where they take stories from Reddit and turn that into like a really cool thing. They do Modern Love, which is the one about like romance shit that people really like apparently. So yeah, that's where I work. It's a lot of fun. I do digital production, which is how I learned to make those audiograms. I fucking watched a bunch of YouTube tutorials for my job and then fucking did it for the Prude stuff too. So yeah, hopefully I can
Perfect.
shed some fucking knowledge.
When you applied for the internship, did you put this podcast on your resume?
I did. They asked me about it.
Oh,
Yes.
dude.
Hell yeah.
They made me talk about it on like my first day when we had the first like meeting with the whole staff. They were like, tell them about your podcast, and I was like, I have a podcast called Prude. It gets like 1,000 views, listeners a week, and it's okay, I guess. We don't talk. They're like, what do you guys talk about? And I was like,
bullshit.
I don't fucking know.
Stupid shit.
Every time someone asks that, I was like, I really
really
don't know. We just like talk about whatever the fuck we want to.
I can't wait to apply for a job that has nothing to do with this and still put this podcast on my resume. I just can't wait.
So I consult my mom usually when I make resumes because she has been making resumes for billions of years. And
they were gonna say 73 years. I was like, whoa, that's a
like,
long time.
My mom's like
from the womb.
My mom's like almost 60 or something. She's really fucking old. Anyway, but she would like teach me how to do stuff all the time in terms of like tax returns and stuff. So obviously I would refer to her for resumes, and she said, "Is like, oh, you should put your podcast on there." I was like, "Nope, not gonna do that." And she was just like, "No, you definitely should. It's successful and people appreciate that kind of stuff." And I was just like, okay. And then I actually got a voice acting job due to it recently, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah,
and
right.
They actually asked me because it was for reading a novel, which literally we talked about the fact that
we had that whole discussion,
and
you sounded like a head.
I got to shut up, and I got to read
Continue.
a selection from my favorite book, Armor, and that's how I got that job, which I'm really happy about. It ties up all of my things together in one concise statement about stuff.
See, it's so good. I'm so happy that we are like using this as like a bouncing off platform for our own individual successes. That makes me so happy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say bye before they knock again and they're like,
"Can you leave?
Get the fuck out."
You can just leave. No one really cares that much.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm gonna stop recording. I'm just gonna hang myself.
See you later.
I wonder how many people are gonna stop listening from now on.
Stop listening.
Hey.
Yeah, people only listen for Yaman.
Hey.
I'll do an impression of Yaman.
To the two people that are gonna stop, you the real MVPs.
People. He doesn't really sound like anything. He doesn't have an accent.
All right. Bye. My Twitter is I don't know what my Twitter is.
Yaman. I'm the person that you guys were struggling with that so badly.
I literally don't know my own Twitter.
I have it fucking
that's
memorized.
Alex's job. Okay. All right. I'm gonna stop recording, or else I'm gonna keep talking. All right.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye, my love. Okay. Now it's just me and Patrick. Patrick, I need you to do that thing where on your Instagram or fucking video, whatever funny videos you make, where you like role play and talk back and forth to yourself. I need you to do that.
Between who?
Between you and Yaman. Pretend to be Yaman.
What's the subject?
The subject is
Suicide Squad.
Sure, yeah. Let's go for that.
Yaman, what do you like about Suicide Squad? I know that like your whole thing was that people overreacted and said, this movie is like the worst movie ever, and I totally understand because when I walked into the theater, I had this same impression. It was just like, I hope this isn't terrible. But when I walked out, I was just like, that's not the worst movie I've ever seen. And I don't know, it's just sort of that was the way it was for me. What was it for you? Well, you know, just sort of, and I've always fantasized about being with men. I know that you do as well. I have no idea what Yaman sounds like.
I thought Yaman was a ghost when you started doing that fucking voice flagellation thing. What is that?
Vibrato.
Yeah, vibrato. Oh, excuse me. We got a real fucking natural voice coach over here.
Shut the fuck up, Alex.
I feel like that's gonna be the next subject of your Patrick rants, or like Patrick hates X thing. Like, you know what I fucking hate when you have people that are like, oh, look, we got a real wise guy over here. Like, oh, look, we got a real
I don't
fucking
hate
like
that. I just hate when
astronaut.
you are facetious and say something like, I don't know, wow, that's really cool, Patrick. You're a real voice actor. And I just go like, shut the fuck up. Stop stalking. Ew.
Stalking? What am I stalking?
I didn't say stalking.
You just said stalking.
Shut the fuck up. This is exactly what I just said.
It's a fucking circle. I'm curious to know more about your voice acting gigs. I know you think they're boring and that they're not worth talking about, but I'm just curious. What are you reading for exactly? You mentioned textbooks. You mentioned
textbooks, technical stuff, online courses, narrations. People often, when they're making music and they want to take samples from different audio, they'll need like a lot of stuff will have like stuff that's not singing. It'll just be like, I don't know,
Like just like weird vocals,
crack,
like Kanye West,
dope,
like does
smoke
that a lot.
weed, and CDs,
Yeah,
blah, 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 like whatever, and then they'll remix that into a bunch of other shit. So that, like a bunch of different other stuff.
That's cool. Is that all the same company that just kind of like outsources that to you, or do multiple people contact
It's like
you?
Upwork and stuff. I just do that for fun.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's a website for
Upwork, Indeed.com. Literally just search like voice acting jobs. I'm sure there's a lot of subscription based sites where you have to pay to be like he's talent or whatever, and you have to pay like $19 billion to do that. But if you just do Upwork, then that's good for me.
Oh, okay. That's pretty interesting, I guess. And does that pay well, I guess? Are you feeding
It depends.
the family?
It's not my main source of income. No, fuck that. I have 2 resumes. One's for like labor jobs. That's one way to put it, but just like normal like hand-on jobs, and then I have another one.
You
for
do
technical
floors.
stuff. Shut up. And I have one for technical stuff, which has like all the podcast stuff, all my social media stuff, all my voice acting credentials, all the all that stuff for media related stuff.
Are you? Do you have a like labor-ish job? Or are you
Yes.
like getting one? Oh, what is your labor-ish job? I don't know about this.
I can't talk about it.
Is it lucrative? Like,
It's
Why
what
would
I
you be
get
able to-
money from.
I know, but
Nothing happens during the winter for me for modeling, so
yeah. So it's not a modeling job. This is like a
No.
standard. You go
it's
work at
just
like
a
a
go to work
store
job,
or something.
and I don't want to tell anybody what it is because I just want to keep it on the low key.
Okay. I mean,
It's nothing crazy. It's just normal stuff.
I know, but when things are made secret, my mind runs
It's really
wild
nothing
with
interesting.
possibilities.
Okay, think of something that I would do.
You could work at a gym. That's
There you
probably
go.
the most realistic
There you
thing
go.
I can think
That's
of right now.
pretty much it. Yeah.
Is that actually it, or are you just
No,
saying that to
it's not
satisfy
it.
my curiosity? If I guessed, would you tell me? This is like me trying to find out your crush.
I'm a pretty good actor, so I could probably tell you yes, and you'd believe it.
Do you work at... For some reason, I could see you working at a Panera, baking bread, toiling
I fucking
away.
hate you. Why did you think Panera?
Is that correct?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
I just told you I'm a good actor. I was bullshitting
Oh,
you
I
that
hate
entire
you.
time.
God
Are you kidding
fucking
me?
Damn it. Dude, you're really...
Panera bread? I
Yes.
hate Panera bread.
Okay, but that doesn't mean you wouldn't work there. Like,
Also,
I
I
work
have the
places all-
annoying kind of recognizing me thing where every time I go out, I know it sounds really douchey, but I do get recognized a significant amount. Enough where it annoys me, which is any amount. And if the few, like, lifeguarding was one, a couple of the jobs that I've had, I just get people not harassing me, but just coming up to me and talking to me about like online stuff, and I don't want to do that at my job at all. And the one that I've got now is more out of the way, and it's not local, so there's not people from school or I don't know, people who I know or people from online who's gonna see me. So I love it.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. So,
Yes.
when was the last time you got recognized? Because I didn't think this happened that often to you. I know that one
last
instance
week.
happened in the museum. In the last week, really?
Yeah,
What happened there?
they recognized me and wanted to.
Yeah, but like, where were you? What
What
was
was
the
it app called? Kick.
Kick? They wanted
Yeah.
your kick. People still use that apparently.
I'm not sure why.
Plus, it was an in-person thing.
It was.
But where
It was
was
at a
this?
museum
You were at another museum?
in DC.
How many fucking museums do you go to?
No, it
mean,
was
there's
the one
quite
with
a
the
lot,
dinosaurs.
so- Okay, that's fair. You go to a lot of fucking museums, and I didn't know people recognize you at the pool. That was
That was a few
Weird.
times, and it was usually like flocks of 13-year-old girls that would like swim around and then like all be staring at me like flamingos, and then one of them would venture over to the stand and go like, "Are you that guy from Vine?" And then I would be like, "Yeah," and then be like, "Hee hee," and they'd run away and then join their friends again, and they all laugh, and that would be it.
oh
Which
man,
was very fun to do at work.
that's fucking obnoxious. Honestly.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, let's jump into the fan art section really quick here. I have some stuff that I got in my Twitter inbox that I wasn't able to give you guys last week. So we're just gonna run through that. This is from Riley, who's great. She's really cool. She sends me a bunch of questions all the time. So we're gonna try and burn through those right now. Thank you. I'm just reading through the other stuff. Oh, who do we want to win the Super Bowl?
We just got
Patrick.
an email from Prude Dudes.
From the Prude's account?
Yeah. No, wait. It just keeps tagging this one as a
Oh, that's me. I'm tagging it as unread so I can remember to read it.
Oh, I just read it again.
Okay, you fucking piece of shit. I just tagged it as unread again.
I read it again.
Okay, Patrick, who do you want to win the Super Bowl? Real quick.
I don't care.
You don't care? Okay, since I'm from Boston, or not from Boston, but I live here,
Boston.
I want the New England Patriots to win because when they won last year, the city shut down.
Aren't they fucking cheaters though?
They're not really. I
What?
mean, I don't really know enough about football to give a shit to begin with.
That's such a bullshit answer.
No, they're not. People are just mad that they're really fucking good. Like,
No, I don't think that's the reason people are mad. They deflated
not
footballs during
they're
the
not
game.
okay, but they're not actively cheating. Like this season and last season, like they just played like
I don't
really
know.
fucking well.
In a professional manner, it's hard to wipe that stink off if you've cheated once.
Okay, well, people are just mad that they're.
I'm
fucking
saying
good,
this, but I
alright?
have no stake in this fucking game. I don't care.
Okay,
Like
whatever. If you watched the 13-episode Constantine show, how do you feel about his appearance on the Legends of Tomorrow show?
I fucking hate that show.
You hate Legends of Tomorrow?
I fucking hate Legends
Really?
of Tomorrow, The Flash, Supergirl, any of them. I hate them all.
They're really fucking cheesy. I haven't actually watched
They're
any of them. They just
so
don't look
bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of the CW stuff, to be honest. It's all just kind of looks budget and not good at all.
It's about as good as any like the vampire shows or like the magic witch shows or any of those that you know what I'm talking about when I say that. So yeah, they're about as budgeted and shitty as those.
And I think we already talked about this. Have you seen Marvel's The Runaways?
No, but it looks really bad.
No, it's on Hulu. It looks kind of dumb. I'm just not a fan of like the weird teen drama stuff.
I'm just not a fan of things that don't work if you're not giving it to someone who cares and also not giving it enough budget to work.
Right, 100%.
If you're making these like grown men and women wear like shitty cosplay in order to portray superheroes, it's not going to work.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, thank you for that, Riley. Let's jump over to Ingrid, who sent us this email. Yo, pool noodles. I've only just recently found your podcast, and I really enjoy them. I'm writing this while listening to them because I can't sleep. Anyway, I was wondering if you guys have any funny sibling/family stories to share. Mine is that I refuse to read the Harry Potter series or watch Star Wars, not because I don't think I'll like them, but because it annoys the shit out of my sisters, especially when I try to have input in Harry Potter conversations, because I know what I'm talking about because I saw the movies. I'd just like to know if anyone else derives immense joy from annoying loved ones. Anyways, thanks for making a dope podcast, guys. Ingrid. Thank you, Ingrid, for your lovely email. I've got a pretty funny story that I'll start with. There was, Patrick, are you familiar with these Japanese singing holograms?
Huh? Anime girl things that sing on stage?
Yeah, it's called Hatsune Miku is the big one.
I am familiar, yeah.
Okay, so my sister, my little 13-year-old sister, no, she just turned 14 actually, is a huge fucking fan, like the biggest fucking weeb imaginable.
Why do you go off on your sister so much?
No, I fucking love my sister, but she is admittedly a weeb. She calls herself a weeb, so it's alright.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say, Jesus God.
That fucking weeb. No, but this was when she was 12. There was a concert in New York City with Hatsune Miku and whatever other holograms were there. And they were not big enough to tour the entire country, so they were only coming to New York. And for her birthday, she really wanted to go to this concert. So for some reason, somehow, my 60-year-old Colombian father, who could not care less really, took my sister to this Japanese anime hologram concert in New York City. Like, they got a hotel, drove, got the tickets,
God,
and my dad just stood around for 2 hours.
How much did that cost in total?
Quite a lot.
Probably
but I think it
$1,000.
was more, not thousands, but like I think it was more of a, my dad got out of it, was just visiting the city. No, they didn't take a plane.
The
they
train?
just drove.
Oh.
My dad just got out of it. It was like, oh, we'll go and see the city and stuff, and then I'll take her to this concert she really wants to go to because it's her birthday. But just the image of my father, who, if you've met him, Patrick, you've met him, just standing around this like Japanese concert with a bunch of other screaming teenage girls.
He just seems like, the one time I saw him, he just doesn't seem like he cares about anything.
Not really. He's not like the not care about anything in the way that you are. Where he's like cynical and like close to death, but he's just like a very mellow guy who's just like go with the flow. So yeah, that image is just hilarious to me. And I asked him about it all the time. I was like, why did you do that?
He was like, question?
Yeah. She was like, any funny family or sibling stories.
Oh.
Yeah.
When we first got the one cat that we had, Lucky, it was a kitten from a farm, and it was very hateful, and it hated everything. Actually, it only hated me. And when we got it, it sort of was very scared, and it clung to my mom and would only like interact with her for a while. And then when it got older, it decided that it would attack me viciously every day for the rest of its life. I don't know why. I don't know what I did to this cat that made it so angry. I still have scars on my arms from all the claws that I got. This cat would like go run around in the sewer and eat things and drag dead bodies back to our house and kill voles and rats and stuff and leave them on the porch. Lucky was a vicious little monster. I hated that cat so much.
That's kind of cool though, like a hunter cat. I don't know. I think that's kind of cool as long as they're like affectionate towards you.
And then we took a trip to the beach or visit my mom's family or something like that. It was me and my mom and my brothers and maybe my sister, but my dad stayed home. And apparently the cat got out in air quotes, and it's because my dad hated the cat too. I'm pretty sure he let it go. I'm not certain. I would have done that too. But you can totally survive outdoors. I'm pretty sure he's still alive. He's probably definitely still alive, unless a hawk killed him in a battle at the death. Then he probably also killed the hawk in. But yeah, he got out and ran away. And when we got back, my dad was just like, I guess he got out. I don't know. And that was it. And I didn't cry. I wasn't sad at all. I was just like, great. And then I went into my room and started coloring it. I didn't give a shit about that cat. It was a vicious little animal.
God, as someone my mom has 2 cats, and they can't. Well, just Charlie really can be very vicious and like bite you if he wants to. I used to have scars constantly on my hands and arms. They're all gone now, thankfully. Before he would bite me and scratch me and stuff. But yeah, I wonder. We did get him at a shelter, and they said they found him on the street. So I'm sure if we actually ever let him out, he could go fucking like kill some shit and like return with some sacrifice.
See, the thing about animals is people think there's 2 things. Can I just rant very quickly about these 2 fucking things about the animals that I hate? So, A, people think that their animals love them, but I guarantee if you open that door, you would never see them again in 90% of the cases of animals that you own. 2, people think dogs are fucking geniuses, and they like will tout that they're like, my German Shepherd or this flavor of dog is the most ingenious thing ever. He knows how to do tricks. He can speak, and he can write in Greek numerals and all the shit that they can do. And then with very little effort, you can just ball up your fist and pretend to throw something, and that dog will launch at Mach 7 after nothing for like 10 minutes. It will be gone for like 10 minutes, and then it'll come back and be like, that was stupid. Why would you do that to me? You tricked me. And then if you do it again, it'll do it again. It'll follow right back to where it was going. They're dumb. They run into shit all the time. They're suicidal, if anything else. They're like fucking lemurs. What is it called? Not lemurs. Lemmings.
Oh, those lemmings, yeah.
I love dogs so much, but there's a lot of hype, I gotta say.
I wouldn't say, I mean, yeah, dogs are dumb. I'm not claiming to say that dogs are like such incredible creatures, but I think, the fact that they trust you so much that you would throw something is kind of
cute. It's not about trust, it's fucking
cute.
Stupid.
Okay, fine, whatever. But I would actually argue with you on the fact that if you let your pet out,
I said in 90% of cases.
No, not even. That's way too big of a number. A lot of the time, lost pets always return to in or around the home area. That
because
always
you feed
happens.
them.
Well, I mean, yeah.
If you fed it and you open the door again, it would leave.
No.
Actually,
it would come back.
That wasn't the first time we lost our cat. Our cat is mostly all animals. Like, if our cat got out, our cat would then go live with another family and get fed by that family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then a few weeks later, or days later, we would get a phone call because he had a collar and a phone number on it. And then we'd be like, oh, Lucky's still alive. And then we'd get the cat back. And then the cat would get out and go live with another family and eat food there and live its life there. It didn't care as long as it was getting food.
Yeah. Okay.
All animals suck. Ah!
Guess you're a fucking hater. All right. We should stop the pod there. We're coming up on our golden
Wait, hold on.
time period of it.
YouTube.
Oh, yeah. We just got some like recent comments in there, but
Oh, did we? That's fun.
whatever. That's fine. Go through them. Let's see what the people have to say. We got the usual trust no whatever guy. Thank you
Trust
for your
no-
contributions.
but he changed
We
it
always
this time.
appreciate it. Well, last time he said trust no never mind, and then someone else was like trust. This time he was like trust no something. I don't fucking know.
I'm gonna
You're-
try to
you're
pause
doing-
the audio before it starts blaring and probably gets picked up by the mic.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
Jesus Christ, I
let's
picked
see.
the wrong thing.
let me see if I can beat you to it.
No, don't. I want to read it.
You sure? Because I'm already there.
Shut up. I want to read it.
All right, I'm literally just hovering over all these.
That's
comments.
nice. I'm gonna read it though. How about that?
Okay, go for it, fucking kitty
Shut
boy.
up.
Are you there yet?
Shut up.
How long does it take you to do this? I cannot believe you.
Hold on. I went into the video manager instead of anything else. All right, cool. Hold on.
I'm
Okay, almost.
I'm living.
Okay.
Please start at any time.
We don't really have any questions.
We just have some comments and stuff. Oh, Yaman made a reply to a comment.
Oh yeah, he did.
I didn't see that. Nudie movies, I swear to God, you guys are my icons, and my parents have yet to understand why. I read Night, and holy cannoli, my heart sank every chapter. Also, I agree about the VR situation. Give me a damn glove.
That's by
Yaman
Nana.
replied, thanks, and replied with a Reddit thread. Interesting. Thank you for your contribution, Yaman. You should really come on the show sometime. The trust no guy said trust no communist this time. Thank
Okay,
you,
I'm gonna
Mason.
like that.
Thank you for that.
I can't believe scientists are still doing doomsday clocks. It's stupid.
yeah,
I
it
yelled
is
about
kinda
that for like
stupid.
2 minutes.
The title. Oh, this reminds me. Hold up. Katie left a comment on our YouTube video. But she also, we got 2 pieces of fan art that we almost forgot about. Katie sent us individual portraits, not portraits, I guess. I don't know, fucking know, just individual drawings of each of us.
Katie who?
Katie Homer. She's the one that did the pencil
I
drawings.
know who she is. I'm just saying you should say her full name.
Okay, well, I'm not sure if she wanted to be fucking outed like that, but sure.
Well, she's
Yes, this
on her
is-
public profile, so who cares?
That's true. This is from Katie Homer. She did our pencil drawings that you can find on our Instagram. That's at Prude Dudes. They're really incredible. I'm honestly super happy about these. These are some of my favorite pieces we've ever gotten. My favorite would have to be the one Yaman. She did of Yaman where he just has a bowl of noodles on his head. So that's funny. And there was another one where Patrick was drawn as Captain America, but that must have been sent
That was
to you or
sent to my
something,
personal
Pat.
thing.
Yeah.
I guess people must probably feel bad because I'll get sent some art or something. I love to put all the art that I get sent personally on my personal profile, but I don't know. It's like I have to keep my profile sort of like limited with stuff. I don't know how the algorithms work, but I think it would, as shitty as it sounds, annoy people if all I put. I would love to post just art. God, that would be so much fun, and my art as well. But I don't know. I just want to do what most of the people like for my stuff. So I just ended up posting. I usually end up posting it on the Prude Dudes account, and I assume they must feel tricked because it's not just like. It's not my account, but it's also like less exposure. I'm sure that's not what they're in for, but like just getting the idea of like, oh man, he's gonna post it. It's like, oh, what is this? Prude Dudes. I don't know. And,
No, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
I just fucking refreshed our Instagram and we just hit 500 followers. So, thank you.
Is it a big deal?
I mean, no, but you know,
I'm
we're
trying to
getting
sound
up there.
douchey. It's a joke.
Okay, you fucking douchebag. But your Captain America piece was done by at Pastry Blanket on Instagram. So go give them a follow. They actually do a lot of cool work.
Exactly. Yeah, most of the people who draw us are just fucking genius.
Yeah. So every time we plug someone who does some art, go check out the rest of their stuff because they're typically
very talented,
really talented, and do even more incredible things. So go support them.
That's like the entire reason that we post them, not just for our own vanity.
Exactly.
And you didn't tag somebody one time, and I got very upset with you.
I what?
No, you tag them.
Yeah.
There's this new thing you can do, which is actually very like streamlined. You can just tag somebody on the picture, so it's like a tap away.
Yeah, I like just added the person in the description, but now I tagged them on the thing as well. So thank you again for that, Katie, and thank you, Pastry Blanket. That's a good name, actually. All right, I think this is the show for the week. How do you feel about that, Patrick?
I want to die.
Good. Thank you for following us and listening to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, wherever the fuck you get your podcasts. If you want to see more from us, you can follow us on Twitter for Yaman. That's at @it's_Yaman. My Twitter is at AlexPenna97, and Patrick is at PatrickCharlton5. We also have a Prude Dudes Instagram and Twitter account. Those are both at Prude Dudes. If you want to send us any fan mail or business or inquiries, feel free to send that to prudedudes@gmail.com. Thanks again for listening, guys, and we'll see you again next week.